We are the inhabitants of 21st century, living in the era of ubiquitous access to technology. Students of today, known as Generation Z students, are motivated by technology and can access their learning material, educational videos, apps and programs more easily. The New York Times and Forbes magazine have coined a term Generation Z for those population who were born after 1994. They are fond of using internet, Facebook, Twitter, etc., and intimately habituated with their mobile phone, tab, laptop, etc. Another name of Generation Z is digital natives, as they use these various technological materials very easily, and they are also called I generation, as they are connected almost all the time with internet networking. So, the physical environment of learning, like classroom, where face-to-face contact of the teacher and student is present and students is reading book at home, this type of physical environment has been transforming into digital one, like this, where the teacher is available at online and a student can go through his or her teacher at his or her convenient time at home and after that attend the class. So it is a matter of great thought that how the students of Generation Z can be helped regarding their learning in their favorable environment. On behalf of the Department of Anatomy of Sir Salimullah Medical College, Dhaka, Dr. Zobayer Mahmood Khan is welcoming you all to today's presentation. I am an anatomist, so I shall talk about some portion of the ubiquitous technology that are using in today's anatomy learning. So let's concentrate on a way forward for the teaching and learning of anatomy. At the end of the session, the audience will be able to rethink about the learning activities and opportunities to explore of the digital natives and create new ideas which are oriented towards the needs and interests of them. Before going to the modern advancements of anatomy, I shall briefly tell you about some historical anatomy learning method and then the ways by which anatomy is learned in our country. Anatomy has both a glorious and inglorious history. Glorious because it laid the foundation for all the biomedical sciences, and inglorious because of the way in which anatomy historically was used as a punishment for criminals. This is the famous picture or drawing named The Reward of Cruelty, where it is shown that a dissection was performed on a criminal who was condemned by hanging. It was the ancient time of anatomy before Renaissance. At the time of Renaissance, anatomy was learned from dissection as well as drawings. Here are some samples of anatomical drawings of Leonardo Da Vinci, who was not only an artist but also an anatomist. This is the picture of the title page of an important book of anatomy named De Humani Corporis Fabrica, written by Andrew Vesalius, who is considered as the father of modern anatomy. Here, the title page revealed a dissection was performed by Vesalius and a crowd of students was around him, not only at his level but also at the staircases. It represents the style of teaching and learning anatomy at that time. In the 17th century, anatomy teaching and learning came to an shape where a teacher was showing an uniform dissection to the learners. So, from brief history, it is obvious that dissection of human body was the basis of learning anatomy, and for performing dissection, cadaver is needed, and that's why preservation of cadaver is the utmost necessity. There are different methods of preservation. They are natural and artificial. Natural methods include freezing. We know that dead bodies can be kept preserved for a prolonged period, sometimes for centuries, in the snow-capped mountains. Desiccation and exsication. It means the preservation of dead bodies in extreme dry and warm weather, like the weather of Egypt. Nature of the soil is another means of natural preservation, where dead bodies are remain preserved in the soil, strongly impregnated with salts of aluminium or copper. There are some artificial methods also. Heat treatment of the bodies were done by slow drying in an oven that is heated by a mixture of slaked lime. Powders was used for dead body preservation. Here, dead bodies are placed in a bed of sawdust mixed with zinc sulfate powder. Mummification. Here, complete dehydration of a dead body is done to form a dry, brown, hard structure which is light in weight and resistant to decomposition. Another process of artificial preservation is evisceration and immersion. Evisceration means removing of internal organs of the body, and immersion was done in alcohol. Local incision and immersion. Insertion of preservative herbs into incisions previously made in the fleshy parts of the body and wrapping the body in tarred and wax sheets. Cold. Here, by a system of refrigeration, the body temperature is reduced for the prevention of bacterial activity. All these methods are previously used for preservation of dead body, but now in many hospitals and mortuary, this cold or refrigeration system is used for the preservation of dead body. But now we are using arterial injection and cavity treatment for the preservation of dead bodies that can be used for academic purpose. Here, arterial fluid and cavity fluid are used, and those are prepared by appropriate mixture of different chemicals and used for the preservation of dead bodies. This was a brief discussion about preservation of cadaver. Now let's come to our main focus. Till now we have discussed about the historical learning and teaching methods of anatomy. Now let's see some usual picture of anatomy, teaching and learning in the context of Bangladesh. This is the picture of a tutorial classroom of anatomy where the teacher is using a bone and a torso for making the conception of her students clear. Here the teacher is using dissected cadaver. Here viscera is being used for teaching. Here the teacher is showing X-ray, and the human skeleton is using here. In spite of these, we use some prosected specimens which are kept in our museum. These are the specimens kept in our museum. Different colored atlas are also used for learning anatomy today, and we know that histology is a part of anatomy, and conventionally light microscope is used to visualize histological structures. Nowadays, students take photograph of a slide through the eyepiece of microscope with their mobile phone camera and learn the histological structures from their letter. After attending the classes, we have to read, and these anatomical books are used for a more precise conception. So, tools used in anatomy teaching and learning in our country are viscera, bones, anatomical model, torso, blackboard, multimedia, photograph, prosected specimen, X-ray, human skeleton, histological slide, dissected cadaver, color atlas. So what are the differences between previous anatomy learners and us? Yes, we are using some different types of tools for learning anatomy. But are these manual tools sufficient to satisfy our Z generation students who have all these digital options in their hand? No. So, to fulfill the demand of time, some technological advancements are emerging in anatomy teaching and learning. Though some of us are using some technologies yet in our country, but I am presenting all of this from a general point of view. Let's see the advancements one by one. E-book, electronic book. We are used to the PDF format. This can be saved in the mobile, laptop, etc. No chance of carrying load. It can be read at any time, at any place. A research was done in an Australian medical school titled An Enriched Multimedia e-book Application to Facilitate Learning of Anatomy. Obtained data support the role of e-book technology in modern anatomy curriculum being a useful adjunct to traditional methods. Another advancement is 3D visual anatomy apps. This is a software that can be installed in the mobile, tab, laptop, etc. I shall show you a demonstration of using this software. After opening the program, this type of window will shown, And if we go to the mail account, on the left hand side there are different systems. I have chosen the urinary system. Now I will show you the kidneys. Okay, this window can be navigated to the right, then left, then up and down. It can be zoom it out, then zoom in, and the structures can be rotated here at the posterior aspect of the kidneys and vertebral column. Now let's go to the anterior aspect. From here I can select the kidney, left kidney, pelvis, ureter, and then hide others. Okay, now only the left kidney is present now. I shall navigate the left kidney to the left side of the screen and up, and now I will draw the anterior relationship of left kidney. Here this area is for suprarenal gland, this area is for spleen, this area is for stomach, it is the pancreatic area, and here are the colic and jejunal areas. Okay, let's see the interior of the kidney. To go to the interior of the kidney, I'll select the anterior aspect of the kidney and hide it, and then the renal pyramids are shown. Now if I want to see the sinus, then if I hide these structures, the renal sinus are shown. Yes, shown. Another advancement is plastinated human body, where water and fat are removed from the dead body and that places are replaced by plastic polymers. After that, hardening and curating is done to give the shape. And plastination can be done for a single viscous also. The advantage of it is there is no bad odor, actual color can be kept, contour of the structure can be maintained and preserved for a long period of time without the fear of maggot infection. Another type of plastination is sheet plastination, where the sheet plastinates are 1 to 5 mm thick plastinated body slices from human cadaver. These are the sheet plastinates of different slices of thigh and leg. For your information, you will be highly delighted to know that now we are doing plastination in our country, in our setting, in the Department of Anatomy of Bangamandhu Sheikh Mujib Medical University, and these are the photographs of plastinated liver and spleen. Those are plastinated in Bangamandhu Sheikh Mujib Medical University for research purpose. There is a computer program named Microsoft Office, and of which Microsoft PowerPoint is frequently used nowadays, and for making presentation and presented through the multimedia. A research is done at the Mayo Clinic, USA, titled Animated PowerPoint as a Tool to Teach Anatomy. Here, for the research, a course was launched designed with the different PowerPoint presentations. Evaluation by the students at the end of the course demonstrated that this style of presentation was very favorably received. Another type of presentation is Prezi presentation, which is made by Prezi software. A research was done at Mashhad University of Medical Science, Iran, titled PowerPoint or Prezi, which one is better for anatomy education? The result of the study showed that the students' learning and motivations were increased in the presentation of teaching anatomy using Prezi software than the same presentation using PowerPoint software. As it is a new type of presentation, I shall show you a video of part of Prezi presentation of internal anatomy of liver. Here the vascular structures and the ductal structures are zoomed in or out according to the labeling. If we want to give this type of animation in PowerPoint presentation, it would be very difficult. There is another tool named Ultrasound Image by which soft tissues of the body can be shown. A research was done at 2 medical schools of United Kingdom titled Using Ultrasound to Teach Anatomy in the Undergraduate Medical Curriculum, an evaluation of the experiences of tutors and medical students. Results reveal that students are extremely positive about their experience, and students affirmed most tutors' expectations that ultrasound could reinforce existing anatomical knowledge. Another advancement is virtual microscopy. It is a method of posting microscopic images on computer. Here, digitized slides are used. The content of the slides can be tomographed by computer and then projected. By this process, one image can be shown by maximum number of learners. A research was done at Medical College of Wisconsin, USA, titled Complete and Rapid Switch from Light Microscopy to Virtual Microscopy for Teaching Medical Histology. The results reveal that the switch from light microscopy to virtual microscopy was very favorably received by both the students and faculty. More importantly, data from examination scores and course evaluation surveys indicated that use of the virtual microscope may significantly improve student performance and learning efficacy. I shall show you a video about using virtual microscopy. This is the conventional microscopic picture, and it is the virtual image. And this is the scanner where different slides are kept, and the slides are scanned and tomographed by computer and then projected. On the right hand side, there is a navigation bar that can be moved to the up, down, right, left to the desired structure, and then it can be zoomed in. Another advancement is virtual dissecting table, where dissection can be done by the touch of the finger. Let's see a video to know how it works. It is the virtual dissecting table. The user can rotate the structure with the touch of his finger. Dissection can be performed with the help of the finger. Now different systems can be selected, and here the skeletal and renal systems. Now different organs can also be selected, and this can be shown in the virtual table. Here is the skeletal system with the labeling. And here is the muscular system with the labeling. The latest advancement of teaching technology in teaching anatomy is Microsoft Hololens, where Hololens wearer can see the three-dimensional structure of human body. Now let's see a video of using Hololens. It is the Hololens containing glass, and the Hololens wearer can see the three-dimensional structure of human body. We are looking at that this Hololens wearer is moving his finger on air, but actually he is moving his finger on a screen in front of him. looking at the object. Another concept of learning, another new concept, is a flipped classroom. Where students are introduced to content at home via various social medias and then practice working through it at medical colleges. In this blended learning approach, face-to-face interaction is mixed with independent study via technology. But how the classrooms can be flipped? Yes, it can be flipped by YouTube. There is a research done on University of Sharjah, United Arab Emirates, titled YouTube, an emerging tool in anatomy education. For the research, Human Anatomy Education channel was launched on YouTube to support classroom teaching. And the results demonstrated that 98% of the students used YouTube as an online information resource. Out of the 86% who have been to the Human Anatomy Education channel, 92% agreed or strongly agreed that the channel helped them learn anatomy. Classroom can be flipped by Facebook. There is research also done at the same university, titled "Exploring the Use of Facebook Page in Anatomy Education." The Human Anatomy Education page was launched on Facebook and incorporated into anatomy resources for 157 medical students during 2 academic years. Students' use of Facebook and their perceptions of the page were surveyed. The majority of students agreed that Facebook could be a suitable learning environment. Another media by which a classroom can be flipped is Twitter. There is a research done at the University of Southampton titled "Social Media and Anatomy Education Using Twitter to Enhance the Student Learning Experience in Anatomy." Results revealed that Twitter facilitated communication, relieved anxieties, and raised morale, which was valued highly by the students and aided engagement with neuroanatomy. SlideShare is another website by which a classroom can also be flipped. Here one can upload the unlimited number of PowerPoint presentation, and this can be shown or seen from anywhere of the world. Till now I have discussed about the technological advancements in anatomy learning and then told about the flipped classroom and how the classrooms can be flipped. Though I have told all these matters in respect of anatomy, but I know that the winds of change continue to blow in every faculties of medical sciences. If we don't accept these changes, if we don't look for the fruitful use of social media, if we don't reset our curriculum according to the interest of digital natives, then they will be very fond of the silent teachers, that is, different social medias, websites, accessible through their mobile phone. And then the actual teacher may be missing in the crowd of the technology and social media. Begum Sufia Kamal, yes, she is a famous poet of our country, wrote a poem named Ajikar Shishu for the generation before this generation like this. আমাদের যুগে আমরা যখন খেলেছি পুতুল খেলা, তোমরা এ যুগে সেই বয়সেই লেখাপড়া করো মেলা। আমরা যখন আকাশের তলে উড়াইছি শুধু ঘুরি, তোমরা এখন কলের জাহাজ চালাও গগন জুড়ি। But the technological advancements in anatomy are compelling us to think for Z generation in a different way, like this. আমাদের যুগে আমরা যখন পড়েছি ভিসেরা বোন, তোমার এ যুগে সব এনে দেয় তোমাদের মুঠোফোন. So it is the high time to rethink either these digital and traditional methods of learning will remain at opposite pole or will remain side by side. If we think that all are okay, students will use social media and other technologies in a confidential way and we will be happy with our traditional way, then my question is why? And if we think that we should have to keep the digital advancements beside the traditional one, then my question is why not now? Thank you very much.